Mary, please call the roll. Here.
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 Wonderful. If at this time, if everybody could, if willing and able to, join us for the Pledge of Allegiance and then stay standing for a moment of contemplation, reflection.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. That moves us to the adoption of the agenda. Is there anybody who has any questions about the agenda, or do I have I'll accept a motion if not.
I move we adopt the agenda of December 8th, 2025 as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Yes?
Yes.
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 Moves us to the minutes from prior meetings. Any questions or updates for any of the board members? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve the minutes of November 10th, 2025 as presented.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Yes?
Yes.
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 Brings us to recognitions. Mr. Lavender.
Good evening, President Wilkie, board members. Welcome tonight. At this time, I'm going to ask our principal from Vista Grande High School, Mr. Hubbard, to come forward and introduce us to the Rotary Student of the Month for Vista Grande for the month of December. We do have from the Rotary Club here tonight, Jerry Stabley, who is also a member of the Casa Grande Elementary School Board. So thank you for coming tonight, Mr. Stabley.
Okay, Vista Grande would like to announce our Rotary Student of the Month as Balthazar Mendes. And scored a 95 on the ASVAT. He is currently in the top 1% of his class with an accumulative GPA of 4.639. His commitment to the community service is evident through his involvement in Key Club and National Honor Society. He has participated in events such as the Trunk or Treat, the 9/11 Day of Service. This year, he expanded his community engagement into the arts by participating in local art competitions through his art class. Outside of school, Balthazar enjoys a wide range of creative and analytical hobbies, including art, music, coding, and puzzles. He also values time spent with family and friends and gaming at home with friends. Balthazar plans to attend the University of Arizona or Arizona University to pursue a bachelor's degree in psychology before entering the medical field. While he is still exploring potential specialties, he is currently most interested in orthopedics. Balthazar would like to thank his family and friends for their unwavering support, encouragement, and positive influence, and he credits them for helping him become confident and capable as a person today. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
If his family can please join us up here. One over here. Congratulations. Congratulations, sir. Okay. Can you see Mr. Staley okay, or?
Let's see.
I'm tall enough.
There, let's see. No, but yeah, you can go in the middle. There we go. There, that's good. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Next is Dr. Chris Lineberry, who will have our December Rotary Student Month for Casa Grande Union.
Good, good. Thank you, Superintendent Lavender. Good evening, Governing Board. It's my honor tonight to present Andrea Mungia as our Student of the Month. Come on up here, Andrea. You can come around here if you want, or you can step up. I'm just kidding.
Thank you.
So Andrea first began her high school career by setting a strong academic foundation and earning the Academic Excellence Award, an honor she's continued to receive throughout her 4 years at Union. Dedicated athlete, she proudly played varsity soccer all 4 years and has been a key contributor to our highly successful flag football team. Andy continually challenges herself in the classroom through honors, AP, and college level courses, while also dominating the field, earning numerous awards and recognitions for both academics and athletics. Beyond sports, she is deeply involved in campus leadership and service as a 2-year member of Link Crew, the current treasurer of the Key Club, the vice president of the National Honor Society, and a member of the National Society of High School Scholars. Family is the most important part of Andy's life. She was raised by both her parents, who shaped the person that she is today. And although her father sadly passed away during her junior year, she has shown remarkable strength, drawing inspiration from her mother's unwavering support and from her desire to be a positive role model for her little brother. Their love, encouragement, and strength continue to be the foundation that drives her success. After graduation, Andy plans to continue her education immediately, preferably at an out-of-state college or university, where she hopes to pursue her passion for working with animals through a degree in veterinary medicine, an interest she discovered through her involvement in the CAVIT veterinary medicine program. Her flag football coach, Alistair Mounts, shared, Andy has exhibited great resiliency in her high school career. She's kept expectations of herself and exceeded many of them despite great obstacles. This has made her one of the most coachable athletes I've ever worked with and has allowed her to maximize her talents both on and off the field. It has been a true pleasure to be her coach. Congratulations, Andy. You guys want to come up? Good job. Thanks, sir. Congratulations, man. Yep. Come over here.
Good job. Thank you very much. Next is Monica Diaz, our director for Pace High School, who we recognize in their Student of the Month. Mrs. Diaz.
Hi, good evening. It is with great pleasure that I introduce the PACE Student of the Month, Abigail Matthews. Abigail is a consistent and steady student. She brings reliability and dedication to everything she undertakes. She has a true, genuine passion for learning and improving herself. This commitment is matched by a very strong work ethic. She sets goals and meets those goals by approaching challenges with determination and grace. Her advisors couldn't say enough about how hardworking you are and how nothing seems to stand in your way. You find a way to push through it. Abigail leads quietly by example, demonstrating through her actions the qualities of diligence, integrity, and excellence. Her steady presence and authentic leadership inspire those around her. It doesn't have to be flashy. She just is that lead by example person that others want to follow. Abigail is very committed to community service and serving others. She has participated in service learning projects at PACE, including the Sustainability Garden Project, the Rural Arizona Engagement Project, and the Chick-fil-A Leader Academy. Abigail truly pours her heart into everything she does. Her dedication to making the world a better place is evident in every action. Congratulations.
Next is our CTE Director, Lisa Miller, who will recognize our 2 CTE Students of the Month. Mrs. Miller.
Good evening, Mr. Lavender, President Wilkie, board members, and the public. So tonight we are going to recognize construction program students from each high school. So I will start with the student that we're recognizing at Union, and that is Braxton Matthews. So please come on up. And Braxton's parents are Dylan and Kimberly Matthews. There are a lot of words that Mr. Wagner would like for me to share with you tonight, and there are a lot of stories that I got to hear about. So let me read through what Mr. Wagner has stated. So Braxton has been an important part of many experiences over the years in the program, from exploring resources in the construction library to approaching problem solving with a unique perspective and providing detailed explanations. Mr. Wagner invited Braxton's classmates to share their thoughts about him. They described him as a hard worker who takes initiative, is knowledgeable, and demonstrates curiosity about how things work. He is always willing to help others, including everyone. He strives to improve both his construction skills and personal growth. His classmates appreciate his friendly nature, his willingness to collaborate, and commitment to learning. They also noted that he is fully engaged and quick to assist when challenges arise. He is dedicated to mastering his craft. Braxton has been a true team player. He's earned OSHA 10 and NCCER credentials in the class. While he has not yet finalized his career path, it is clear that his future will be trade-related. His contributions over the past 4 years have been valued by his peers and instructors, and we look forward to seeing what he accomplishes next. So congratulations, Braxton. And please, everyone wants to congratulate you.
Would his family like to come up, and Mr. Wagner as well?
Let's go, Braxton. Picture time. Let's go. My favorite thing in the whole night. All right, I gotta stand somewhere where I look tall.
Yeah. You want me to sit in the chair?
Here we go, guys.
That's me.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. There you go.
All right, and from Vista tonight, we're going to honor Cooper Pittman. So come on up. So before I read the words from his teacher, let me share a couple of things about Cooper that I personally know because I keep running into him outside working in the construction classroom area, which is a great thing to see. One of the things that I had to chuckle at not too long ago is that this young man is also in JROTC. And so he's gotten used to seeing me and he has no qualms about making sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And he said, hey, by the way, we have some stuff for you to sign in JROTC and we need it right away. And so I appreciated that because when I know those things, I can get things taken care of right away. And he was very upfront about it. And that just showed me who he is and his leadership. So not only is he outside working hard, he's also trying to take care of some of the logistics that happen in one of the other organizations. Cooper is a third-year construction student. He has taken on leadership in the classroom, assisting students who need guidance with their project work. Cooper has also taken it upon himself to start looking at the class as a business and is always looking for ways to promote the classroom outside of school. And I forgot to mention that his mom is Deanna Pittman, and also his teacher is Mr. Chris Stanley, who is our first year teacher over at Vista for construction. So one of the things that also got shared with me is the parade on Saturday was quite the success. And there's a little bit of troubleshooting that went on for the float. And Cooper was instrumental in helping that and also making plans for next year. So congratulations, Cooper. Oh, yeah. He thought he was going to just sit back there. Hi.
I always need to get off easy.
One, two, three.
Mr. Lavender for the employee recognition.
Yeah, for our December Employee of the Month, I'm going to ask Monica Diaz to come back up here and join me, as well as Mrs. Daniels. So Monica. So I've known Monica for a long time. And when I first got to know Monica, she was a teacher at Palo Verde Elementary School here in Casa Grande. And she and her partner, Mina Larona, had so much success at Palo Verde. We called them the 90-90-90 group because they had 90% minority students, 90% free and reduced lunch, and 90% of their students. In fact, I think it was 93% of their students passed the Ames test in 5th grade. Just the success of knowing what you can do. And then I recruited her out of Palo Verde. She came to Valago. She was a math teacher, math instructional coach for us. And she was the cornerstone for our A+ awards in 2013 and 2017. Then she went to the district office as a coordinator at the elementary district. And then we hired her last year to come over as our director of professional development. And we brought her over here because I've never seen anyone that can deliver professional development like she can. This year, we also assigned her the extra duty of PACE, which I think she would describe as more than an extra duty because she doesn't know how to just do a little bit. She always has to do full speed ahead. She also works with our students in their district and our staff on well-being. Her depth of knowledge of instructional techniques, education is the finest that I've ever seen. She's an avid reader. People who come in contact with her always walk away with tools to be able to use in the classroom to fill their toolbox. And the professional development she's doing this year with our principals, as a 28-year principal veteran, I've never seen better professional development. And it really comes down to Monica's core values that all students can learn. She's passionate about teaching. She meets students where they are and helps them and guides them in moving forward. She's an inspirational teacher. She's a side-by-side. She gets down and talks to students side by side. She doesn't tell them to come with me. And the last thing I said, I can't see. Oh, she works with them together to grow. And then Tina, I'm going to let you have the last word on this one.
You should have let me have the first word. So I've known Monica probably about 20 years, and been so impressed with her ability to teach and to share her knowledge. We are truly lucky to have her in our district, not only to help support the PACE students and teachers, but as a professional development leader, she truly has what it takes. And she drives and pushes all of us to work extra because she's going to do 110%, and she does it very well. And I'm very glad that I can work with her.
Monica? Robert? Mr. Wilkie, there's no bigger Wildcat fan.
So she's almost perfect.
It's not the goal. Just getting better every day.
1, 2, 3. Hey, Hockey, we're doing real well in hockey.
All right, we're going to take a pause tonight and allow all those that have been recognized and can't come to help celebrate the recognition to carry on with the rest of your evening if you would like. So we'll take a pause right now, and thank you very much for coming, and congratulations to all those who received a recognition tonight. Thank you. Thanks, Jerry.
Congratulations. I didn't know you had a whole career. And that's the youngest, and that's the oldest. I'm the you are. Way to spread her out. Oh, there you go. Hi. You're so cute. Hey, high five. High five.
All right, we will reconvene here, and that takes us to Superintendent's report. Mr. Lavender.
President Wilkie, a few things. December is a busy month in our schools as we celebrate the arts and the talented students that we have. And I would encourage our board members and guests, as well as those watching at home, to get on our website and see all of the concerts that we have, plays that are going on at this time, and check them out, because we've got some phenomenally talented students in our district. Also, finals for the first semester are scheduled next Thursday and Friday, December 18th and 19th. We will have early release on both of those days. The schools will be communicating with parents starting this Thursday to the exact release times. It may be staggered times for those kids that get picked up and those students who ride a bus, but they will be getting that information out. Also on Saturday, Vista Grande hosted the county We the People competition, and both of our high schools participated. Congratulations to Casa Grande Union, who finished second in the competition. On 2 different occasions, I went and worked with the students at Vista and was very impressed with this program. And I encourage board members, if you get the opportunity, to participate in some of the practice sessions with them. Very proud of our district on Saturday night at the Electric Light Parade. We had several several groups participating in it. Both our bands participated, as well as some student clubs. Somebody asked me at Fry's yesterday what was my favorite float, and I said the Vista Grande football float, and she said, of course. But I thought the Vista Grande football float did a fantastic job, Mr. Hubbard, but they all were there, and I guess I'm probably not supposed to answer that question in the future. Also, Vista Grande will be doing mock interviews on February 26th. These are an excellent opportunity to go and interview our students, get to know the quality that we have in our students, as well as the work that they're doing. Another thing that I was really pleased to see is the number of generosity of our learning community. We have schools that are hosting toy drives right now, as well as food drives to give to those that are less fortunate this time of year, and really want to praise the efforts there. Our Casa Grande Union flag football team made it to the state quarterfinals, where they suffered a devastating loss. They are going to be recognized this coming Monday night at the city council meeting. I'm looking at Mrs. Kortson because you're coordinating that with the city as well. Also on Saturday, Kayla Tacker was on the Kevin McCade show. She's one of the top 5 players in Arizona for what is the female flag football version of the Heisman Trophy. And one of the 5 finalists there, she didn't receive the award. The young lady out of Hamilton, who's a senior, received it. But Kayla is still up for the Arizona Cardinals Player of the Year for flag football, as well as the NFL Flag Football Player of the Year for her club team. And so there are many more award banquets for that young lady coming there. And we're real proud of this team. On January 5th, when we return from winter break, that first day will be an in-service day. And our staff will be working with our administrative team will be working with our staff on some things. At that time, we should know who our new board member is, and we're looking to host a administrative retreat sometime that week. I know Mrs. Jordan said she's not available on Tuesday the 6th, but if the rest of you, if there's not a night that week that you're not available, if you could let me know whether it be the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, or the 8th. We'd like to get something scheduled. Obviously, we should know late next week who our new board member is, and we can coordinate with them as well. Last night, I headed out to the Casa Grande Airport to welcome home our new WBC World Welterweight Champion of the World, Jesus Ramos. I interviewed Jesus about 4 years ago on something we had done about mindset for the students to watch his progression to a world champion. But one of the things I know, the reason I'm mentioning this, at any time, myself or others in this community have asked Jesus to step up, talk to students. He is there 100%. He takes his responsibility representing this community very seriously, and it was great to see him last night, although he couldn't take his glasses off because it looked like he had 2 pretty good shiners behind those glasses. But for him to talk about, we went to San Antonio and we did this for this community to show anybody in this community, if you put your mind to it and you're willing to work, what you can accomplish. And he said that he's not done winning belts. And so we're just real happy with him. I know that I talked to Kevin today as a Vista Grande graduate. I know he wants to go back to the school and share those belts with the students there as well, but I know he'll go to Union and do the same thing. And I just want to finish with a happy holidays to our staff and students. Appreciate all the work. I appreciate your support of our staff and students, and we're looking forward to an exciting year in 2026.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lavender. Brings us to matters reserved for the board for board action. 5.1, ASBA policy advisories 917 through 959 adoption. And this was, let's see. Let me open it up here. Okay. So does any board member have any questions related to this matter? Okay, then I will entertain a motion at this time.
I move to approve the second reading and adoption of the ASBA Policy Advisory 917 through 958 sections E and F, revisions and deletions, and policy advisory 959 as presented.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harrington?
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkie?
Yes. Next item is ninth grade on-track program.
Yes, Mr. Wilkie. This is a grant that we're going to be applying with the Department of Education to support our ninth grade students in the transition into high school. We know this is a critical year in their education and ensuring that they're going to graduate. The program is a 5-year commitment, and we can have up to 350 students involved, correct, Mrs. Ogle? 3,500. So I didn't mean to put that zero. At $150 a student, which comes out to about $500,000 in funding over the 5 years to be able to support these students. What we're asking for tonight is your approval and moving forward to working with ADOT to secure this grant for our students to support them in the transition and help with the success rate of our students. Mrs. Ogle, is there anything else you would like to cover, ma'am, that I failed to cover?
No, just an intent to apply for this part of the application process, that you are aware of it and acknowledge it.
All right. With that, does anybody have any comments or questions related to it? Well, I'm just excited about this program. It looks like a great opportunity for us. So with that, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve the commitment to support ninth grade on-track program as presented.
I will second.
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harrington?
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkie?
Yes. Brings us to the 2025 ASBA bylaw changes. Has everybody had a chance to review it? And if so, is there any questions or comments related to it? If not, I will accept a motion.
I move to accept the 2025 ASBA bylaw changes as presented.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harrington?
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
And Mr. Wilkie?
Yes. Item 5.4, letter of support, first things first. Mr. Lavender?
This is a letter of support that was given to me by a community organization asking for our support in providing more funding for preschool students. We know the importance of getting students into a solid educational programming at a very young age that pays dividends throughout their education. And so we're asking the board to approve us signing this letter on our letterhead in support of more funding.
Is there any comments or questions from the board? I just want to note personally in reviewing the letter here, I think it's something that I can support for this. It's taking the tax revenue, the tax on the tobacco and kind of incorporating or bringing, if I understand this correct, vaping under that tax. So right now vaping is not part of the tobacco tax. And so we're missing out on about $80 million annually, expected to generate $80 million annually to support programs like this. So very positive step in my opinion. With that, if there's no other comments or questions, I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve the letter of support as presented.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkie?
Yes. All right. Next item up, we have emergency procurement.
So I'm going to ask our Director of Facilities, Mr. Ralph Bellick, to come forward. This has been one of those nightmares for the school district and what we thought was a small leak that has turned into over $1 million leak as Ralph and his crew have started to go into trying to find the source of the leak and things like that. We're seeing some structural concerns in our building. And so I'll turn it over to Ralph that has some information and some slides to share with you.
Yeah, this one right here.
Good evening, board members, Superintendent Lavender. We thought we had a a small leak. When doing some inspections, we found I'm gonna scroll into the next picture so that way you guys could kind of see what we're talking about here. That's the actual 36-inch drain line. We found one of our drain basins that come off the roof, kind of it eroded and fell into this hole that was the main drain line been leaking. And as you can see there in the photo, it's pretty corroded and seen its last drain water. On the next slide here, if you can see, that's kind of what we found we do weekly site walks, and that's the basin. The basin, as you can see with the water that from the drain line kind of eroded away the foundation there and caused that basin to fall and crack down into the pit there. That sinkhole there there's the two pipes you see there are the roof drain line, and then also the main electrical lines that run and support our maintenance shop area, which is that runs our chiller plant and our cooling towers. None of that was affected when we started digging that up. When we inspected everything was fine as far as that goes. If you can see here, I did some measurements there. We ran a string line so we can show you guys in the community what we end up getting into. That's by the basin there, the corner of the east corner of Building A, southeast corner. That should be a level string line where it's an emergency sidewalk area for emergency vehicles, which is an 8 to, in some areas, 10-inch concrete slab there. You can see it sunk about 3 inches in that area. After investigating and running testing some other areas, as you can see there, that's what ended up happening that night. That's the southeast, the left picture there. Well, my left is the southeast corner where that sinkhole started. Once we started with the tractor there, the backhoe getting the concrete lifted, we found about 4 or 5 other sinkholes where now we had to rip out it was a 40 by about 150 foot slab of concrete there. Just photos that we took during the time when I was digging up the line there. This is about 5 foot deep. As you can see, I'm actually in that hole there, looking to see if we can spot what's leaking, where the water line is at. Once we got there, we kind of figured, I figured it's a little more intense. Usually water lines are not that deep. So from there, I went and explored our blueprints and found that we have a 36-inch the storm drains, and that pipe there actually gets all of the water from our campus. So every storm drain that we have, everything funnels through there and runs right in the back of there and funnels. It's about a 500-foot section of 3 36-inch pipe. On there, as you can see, we dug another down. We're now down to 9 feet. From there, I stopped having my team go and look now, as we didn't have the proper shoring to have anybody in there to make sure that things were safe. So we continued to dig. And actually, I went in there and tried to explore and find the pipe after certain sections were pulled out. And at 9 feet, we still didn't find what we're looking for there. As you can see there, now we're at 11 foot deep. And the first picture was what we end up running into and finding. I put the original blueprint drawing as the picture which is my left. That's the actual storm drain that runs back behind my maintenance shop, plus also the Building A building there, the band room. You have the band, you have locker rooms, the black box area. That's where that runs. And the reason I'm showing you guys this area is because once we started searching other areas, as you can see, the photo to my left is what a grout joint should look like when two pieces of block are meeting. The center picture is you should have about an inch grout there. The top one is where I believe the settling from the pipe that is corroding and starting to sink with all the rainwater that we've been getting. I believe that the pipe is leaking it into our foundation, which is causing some sinking, which there is about a 2.5-inch gap towards the top of the building, which is building A. The picture to the right is another, that's our Verizon T-Mobile area that we have allocated for them for their cell towers. That building also, it starts at the bottom end about an inch and goes up to about 2 inches separation off of the wall there. Any questions?
Who wants to start?
My question is, how did we let it get this big without noticing something like? We
Well,
have seen this sooner and made it a little bit cheaper of a fix. Like, how did we miss something this big?
Well, I would say just pipe being 11 foot underground, and the only exposed things are the basins that run into it. Those basins are actually covered. That actual basin there is from the deterioration of it.
But we didn't notice any of the concrete sinking or the split in the wall.
We didn't notice the splitting. I would say that is like about a year worth of some settling and movements. I would say that. We did notice earlier in that year with the band room, in our band room, there was some shifting of our tiles where the tiles started to kind of lift, causing a line, like a structural fracture, but it was not where it had separated the actual tile and cracked it, right? So we were looking into that, but with no evident actual sinkholes or things that we could, water coming up from under the ground, things in that nature. There was no way that we could see that. And we do weekly inspections. We walk our roofs. We do preventative maintenance walks on our concrete areas, because at Union, especially at Union, we have a big issue with our concrete in our commons areas, right? With all the trees and mesquite trees that grow through there with the rooting. So we're constantly doing those things to try to see what we can do to fix that. But with that pipe being 11 foot, and like I said, you got 9-inch thick concrete all around it. I spotted it because I did a walkthrough and I seen the hole there, and I noticed the concrete shift. So that's how that came to be.
So just building off that question, you were so the hole wasn't there, and then just on one of your walks, you noticed it. So it happened recently.
Yeah, it was a recent. I believe it was during the big storm that we had. I believe that there was some possible erosion. Like I said, all the water from our campus runs into that on that site map. I can send you guys the original drawing, actually plans to that as well. You can see all the different water manholes that are around the campus. There's a ton of them that everything runs through there and funnels right into that drain line. So that's why I believe that within the year, with all the rain that we've been having, which we hardly ever have rain, but this last year's we've had quite a bit of rain. I think it started to erode that pipe. So
the aging school infrastructure, and all of that. And this is so we can utilize some of our existing funding, since the bond that would have helped with this infrastructure didn't gain support. We're having to use what we have here moving forward to take care of that.
Yes and no. So as of right now, I've been working with the schools facilities division as when we started the slide. We have a BRG number, which is building renewal grant. We went after talking with Mr. Lavender, Mrs. Price. We decided we would go after and see what they could do for us. We have also contacted the trust. Right now, we got I would say, I'd never say we got the award until I see the money deposit into our account, right? But we did get a congratulations letter stating that this is going to be, so we are looking at, so the process changed twice already. So that's why we're a little behind on, we submitted a first quote out. We got numbers about $888,000. But once we got to the actual physical pipe, I wanted a more intense look at what was going on because it did run behind the back of the complex. And with that, the settling and shifting of that, the building, I wanted to make sure that we were both structurally covered and also that that main line is not going to continue doing it farther down the road. I guess, a way to look at it is that the way I see it is there's a section of, that band area is a newer area. The the cell tower stuff, that's more of a newer area that was an add-on, I want to say about 15 years ago. So the good thing about the rest of a building, if there is a good note, right, we found other sinkholes, but that pipe is 20 feet away from those areas. So the only concern we have is of the concrete, right? So that's kind of some of the good news to it. So there is that first section, which is the band room, and then the IT area, the cell tower area, right, that been affected. But I also have a meeting on Wednesday with the trust where they're going to come in and see what they can help us do in the interior portion of it. The trust doesn't cover any type of manholes or things like that of that nature, any plumbing issues when it comes to that. So we did, like I said, we did get an award. We're working with the SFD right now. I just resubmitted a new bid because once we got down to the actual pipe, we had them go ahead and they're actually pulling another area and digging another hole. So that way we can have a manhole that should have been there, but 30 years ago, that was never a thought. Codes change. And so now we're going to structurally have a manhole there that we can actually, either us or another outsourced company can get down there, run a little drone or a robot to always keep an eye on that. So right now, after that section's from that southeast section, now we're going to be in the southwest section where they're digging. Once all the dirt that kind of piled in there from where it collapsed gets cleaned out, that's when the state's going to give us, from what I understand, the award, right? So we can show them the video, show everything, but in that second quote came in at $1.2 million. So the good thing with Union, right? Union campus was built by the Schools Facilities Division. So they'll cover, I usually say 99% of the job. So with that being said, I always leave that 1% because there's always little things that we try to rush and push so we can get these awards and things moving along. So we do spend a little bit of money, but we're not going to spend near the amount that it's going to be costing us. So.
All right. Any other questions?
Well, thanks for looking into that and trying to find payment methods that don't come directly from our budget. So that's helpful. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Anything else?
And I want to thank Rolf as well. When they discovered this was the beginning of Thanksgiving week. And so his crew was here all night, Monday and Tuesday night, all day Wednesday. Finally had to tell them, you're going home for Thanksgiving. They got Ellison Mills out here to get the quote, to get the project going. Ellison Mills was out. Ralph and I and Veronica walked it last Thursday, the project, and he showed us, but Ellison Mills has been on top of this project. I can't imagine where we'd be without Ralph, and also the relationship that he's built with the State Facilities Board and the importance, and this is an emergency type thing. So we're asking you tonight in 5.5 to approve the $1.2 million in emergency funding. Am I correct, Mrs. Price?
Yes, so just to speak to the procurement part, so anything over $100,000, we have to have a sealed bid for. Whenever the superintendent declares a state of emergency, student safety is one of them. We can bypass that. We still made an attempt to contact local vendors that night. SFD, when they got involved, were like, we need you to submit an application today. That was Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So Ralph did attempt to get 2. We contacted Ellison Mills, which did come out that evening. TP Construction could not. Their schedule didn't allow for to take on the project. So even though it was a rushed process, we did attempt to reach out. But what we're approving right now is the emergency procurement, so that we avoid having to take the bid process, which could go up to 30 days, especially, like I said, once SFD was part of the conversation and saying, yes, this is what we need you to get done, we were able to bypass that procurement process. That makes sense.
All right, anything else? If not, then I will entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve the emergency procurement for the storm drain system repair / replace at Casa Grande Union High School as presented.
I second.
We have a motion, a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harrington?
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkie?
Yes, and thank you very much for all you're doing, you and your team. 5.6, terms and conditions for acceptance of monies from Building Renewal Grant Fund.
Yeah, so this is the terms and conditions for us to work with the State Facilities Board to accept the funds from them. Anything else you want to add, Mrs. Price?
Nope, just the process to accept funds.
Any questions from the board members? And if not, we'll accept a motion.
I move to approve the terms and conditions for acceptance of monies from Building Renewal Grant Fund from Division of Schools Facilities as presented.
I'll second.
We have a motion, a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harrington?
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
And Mr. Wilkie?
Yes. Donations, Mr. Lavender.
Yes, sir. We've received some very generous donations during the month of December. We received $500 for our Casa Grande Union Robotics Club. We received $500 from Vern Lewis Welding Supply and $10 from Charities Aid Foundation. For our Casa Grande Union boys tennis team, we received $100 from Jerry and Mary Ann Verlewis of the Cookie Jar, $400 from Tim and Monica Lemberg, $250 from AZ Home Pros, and $100 from Dino Music Center. For the Casa Grande Union Auto Program, we received 2023 Kogai touchless tire changer estimated at $10,000 from Dallas Giddens. If you're not aware, Dallas is sold. Giddens Tire, and he is retiring at the end of the month of December. You know, one of the most generous men I've worked with in my 30 years here in the community. Happy for him that he's going to retire, but at the same time, we're going to miss him and his generous donations, especially the Girl Scout cookies that he buys every year. So we wish Dallas a long and happy retirement. And then our homeless education program, we received 40 hoodies valued at $530 from Ellison Mills. And the ESS department received a commercial grade hospital bed and mattress valued at $900 from Scott Haney. And I recommend acceptance of these items.
Wow. Any comments or questions from the board?
No, just as always, we appreciate the support to all these things.
Yes. With that, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to accept the donations as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harrington?
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
And Mr. Wilkie?
Yes, and again, thank you for your generous donations. Moves us to our consent agenda. Under the consent agenda, all items included can be taken under one vote unless a member of the board would like to pull one from the consent agenda and we can discuss it separately. Is there any decision, any board member that would like to remove anything from this consent agenda? Seeing none, then I will accept a motion.
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harrington?
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
And Mr. Wilkie?
Yes. This is all the way down to.
Call to the public.
That brings us to the call to the public. I did not receive any interest cards. So seeing none, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you for coming.
Told you we